Come on.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to day one of our week of giveaways, counting down to Christmas. I have a special guest here.
Hello.
I may also have another special guest. Lindsay was going to try to pop on if she was able. Haven't seen her yet, but we shall see if she makes it. So we are doing a giveaway today, and I see so many people already in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. All right, so the thing we're giving away today is a bag of the Equip Prime Protein iced coffee flavor. This is their newest flavor. And I did have a request this morning from someone who does not drink coffee, that if someone wins who does not like coffee, which I hear those people exist. I have never, no. If you don't like coffee, I will send you the chocolate. So if you really have an aversion to coffee, let me know and I will send you the chocolate. So I asked Renee before we started what you guys should put in the chat in order to enter to win. So as far as like the details, you have to be present to win. So if you leave a chat with the word and then leave the chat, you cannot win. You have to be present. We're going to do just the word protein. So put protein in the chat, and towards the end, I will pick a random winner. As long as you put protein in the chat, you will be entered to win. Okay, so we have our big bunch of giveaways over here. Everything that's going to be given away over the next few days. We got awesome stuff from Element, a bunch of fun stuff from Keto Chow, Carnivore Crisps, and Perfect Keto up there. So definitely come back the next few days and count down to Christmas with us. Again, Prime Protein iced coffee flavor. If you are adverse to coffee, you can pick the chocolate instead if you would like. Put protein in the chat. I am going to add that to the pinned comments so that people coming in will know what to do.
And also there is Element stuff there.
Yes, the Element stuff, the chocolate medley pack of the different flavors, and the cute tea kettle. So cute. Enter protein. Nola bars from Perfect Keto. Okay, while I am typing this, I have some questions to ask Renee. So I mentioned in the live chat this morning that since there's 5 giveaways and I have 5 children, I would try to have a different child on each day to chat and answer some questions about Christmas and just fun stuff. So let's see. My first question for you, let's see. We'll do, what is the best Christmas gift you've ever received? Or most memorable?
Christmas.
Just Christmas itself? You're
Yes.
silly. Like, can you think of like some, because sometimes we get Christmas presents and like you just don't remember. Yeah. What's something that you remember that you've gotten?
I remember I got a cute Lego set. That was probably not the best present.
Well, it's memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Friends Legos.
Yeah.
You love those.
I got like a glasses holder that was a unicorn.
Oh yeah.
That was the same time.
It was a little wooden unicorn that has the nose that's kind of far out so you can put your glasses on it. And so she keeps that by her bed. I got that for you last year, right?
Yeah, and the Friends Lego set. I think you got it.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay. Next question for you. Would you rather spend Christmas with a bunch of snow or spend Christmas at the beach? Like warm, hot beach weather.
It's a hard choice.
Yeah, I know.
I love the beach so much, but I also love snow.
Yeah. I don't know that. Well, we went to the beach one year for Christmas. I think Christmas Eve, and it ended up being a beautiful day. But we've never like gone on vacation to somewhere warm for Christmas that I can remember.
The beach.
You think you'd rather do the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The water's warm.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Next question. Are there any special ornaments that we have to hang on the tree that are meaningful to you?
Two.
Okay.
Poe.
Okay.
And the bacon.
Okay, so we have one
They hate each
ornament
other.
that says Poe on it, and Poe is our dog that we lost a year and a half ago now. I think a year and a half ago. And so it's a cute little memory ornament. And then the other one is it's like clay bacon, and it has little eyeballs, little googly eyes. It's very cute.
Poe would eat it.
We had 3 bacons, and we were given them by my brother and sister-in-law when we only had 3 kids. And so it was like 1 bacon for each kid. It was before Renee was born. And 2 of them have gotten broken or lost over the years. And we still have one. One bacon is holding on. One
Poe
bacon
might
is
eat it.
yeah, the dogs would eat it for sure. For anyone just coming in, put protein in the chat to enter to win the Prime Protein iced coffee. If you don't like coffee, I will send you chocolate instead. Yes. So a lot of people that watch us, that have watched us for a long time, know of Poe. Like they know him because he was in our videos. And so say loved Poe. Glad you have a memory of him. Isn't that sweet? And actually the ornament that we have on the tree was sent to us by a subscriber and a longtime viewer. So that was very special.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for another question?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a whole bunch of little presents or one big present?
A bunch of little ones.
Whole bunch of little ones. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Now, you have a beautiful sweater on today. It's absolutely gorgeous. We just got a whole bunch of hand-me-downs from some people that were moving, and this was one of the finds in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. But have you heard of the ugly Christmas sweater thing?
No.
It's very popular right now to do like an ugly Christmas sweater party where everyone wears a really ugly Christmas sweater, and they're like, it's got like all kinds of just decorations and it looks crazy. Haven't you seen Christmas sweaters like that? No? Okay, well, if you were going to design an ugly Christmas sweater, what would it look like?
So if I was going to go to one of those parties, I would if I was going to just decorate a plain colored sweater, I'd just do like a green sweater with a whole bunch of like yarn like glued on.
Just yarn pieces glued on, like all different colors?
And like pom-poms.
Okay, yes. They usually have a lot of pom-poms and like sequins and stuff like that.
Maybe like LED lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be exciting. That would be very exciting. All right. That sounds awesome. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Everyone likes our sweaters. Yes. So can you stand up and show your sweater?
Okay. Keep going that way because this thing is
I know it's mirrored. Yeah. Okay. Super cute. Perfect for Renee and her purple glasses. Okay. And it would work for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
That would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Let's see. Let's go on to the next question. Okay. Now this one you're going to have to think about a bit, probably. What is one of the most memorable things that happened in this past year since last Christmas?
I don't know.
I was trying to think too. It's kind of hard to remember like what all happened since last Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for me, it was probably going to KetoCon and getting to meet Lindsay, first of all, and everybody else that was there and a bunch of other keto YouTubers. That was really fun. That was super memorable.
There's one thing that like happened a whole bunch of times that was really fun.
Okay.
Sleepovers.
Oh.
Sleepovers.
Yes.
With Ruby.
Yes. So Renee has a best friend in all the world, and they are, I swear they should be cartoon characters. Like there should be a Disney movie about Renee and Ruby because they are just the sweetest, cutest friends you can ever imagine. And they do sleepovers. It's our thing. Well, that family has 3 girls, and they're all 3 the same ages as our 3 girls, or our 3 middle girls. And so we trade girls back and forth and do sleepovers, and it's so glorious. It's so special. Yeah, it's kind of a fun story. So Renee met Ruby a couple years before we moved to this house, and it was so her friend Ruby that she met just briefly, like it was just an event that we were at, and they met and hit it off. And then for a couple of years she kept saying, you know, when can we invite Ruby over? I want to see Ruby. But she lived far away at that point. And I was like, well, she kind of lives far away, and so it never really worked out. And then when we moved, we joined a different homeschool group, and it was Ruby's homeschool group. And then they've been inseparable best friends ever since. It's so great. It's just so great. All right. Let's see. Oh, so Dustin is asking about the goats. That's pretty memorable, although it's been more than a year since we got the first ones, hasn't it?
I don't know.
I think so. We got the second ones over the, well, no. We got the third set over the summer. But I think the other ones, I'd have to go back and look. But that is pretty memorable, getting goats and trying to figure out how to keep them alive. Yeah. Oh, Brenda was asking the same thing. We did get some of them since last Christmas. Yeah. Gosh, I'm not good with time.
Got 2 new girls.
Yes, the 2 new baby girl doelings are from last summer. That was pretty special.
Their names are Bo and Peep from like Toy Story. Bo Peep.
Yes. Well, Bo Peep was from a nursery rhyme.
What?
And she's a shepherdess. Anyways, yeah, Bo and Peep are the baby doelings. Okay.
Also from Toy Story.
Okay. What is something that you don't like about the holidays? Is there anything?
Like staying up and cleaning up.
Oh, because there's like gatherings and like it takes a lot of work to clean the house beforehand and set it all up. Yeah. And then that's a really good one. I completely agree with that one. That's awesome. I was thinking you wouldn't be able to think of anything, but you nailed it. You hit it out of the park on that one. Okay. What is your favorite Christmas song?
Is Grandfather a Christmas
song?
No.
No.
Carol of the Bells by Crowder.
Carol of the Bells, and one of our family favorite musicians, and he has a couple of Christmas albums now, is David Crowder. And he has a version of Carol of the Bells that's very, very good. Yeah, his Christmas album, Milk and Cookies, is very good. There are a couple of there's a lot of really, meaningful and like nice Christmas songs. But then there's a couple really funny Christmas songs one's called the Elf Song, talking about how Santa needs to pay the elves better and stop working them so hard. That one's really funny. And then, there's one about Mrs. Claus being sick of Christmas and being sick of Santa's beard and wanting to go on vacation. And so in the end of the song, Santa gasses up his sleigh and takes her on vacation to Mexico. So that's a good one. That's a really good one.
He shaved off his beard.
And what? He shaved off his beard and came out looking 20 years old and then took her to Mexico. Okay. I think I just have one more question. So everyone, if anyone's new in the chat, put protein in the chat to enter to win the iced coffee prime protein. Again, if you do not like coffee, I will send you chocolate instead. Put in protein in the chat and I will be picking a winner here pretty soon. We're just going to keep this live stream a little short. Like I said earlier, I'm hoping to have a different kid on with me each day, and we'll ask them some questions about Christmas, and so you guys can chat with them. And does anybody have any questions? Also, if you do, let us know in the chat. Here's a comment. Before the live, I found a good deal on Amazon for a new creamy deluxe. Ooh. So I will be rewatching your videos on how much keto chow to mix up for the larger container. Yeah, that would be awesome. I have been, looking for deals on the creamies because they've been really hard to come by, and the deals are not that great of deals. So if there's a good deal out there, I'll have to look and I'll share it if I can find it. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. Ooh, Stephanie says that Renee is her middle name.
Oh. I've met someone and her middle name was Renee.
Yes.
2 people.
Yes, we have met a few people named Renee with their first name and their middle name. Well, separate people, obviously. Okay. Have you tried using the egg white bread in a breakfast casserole? So it seems like I have, but I can't remember specifically right now. If I have, it's been a while. I know I've done like French toast casserole with it, and that works out well. Anita, Ketogenic Woman, has a recipe for that, and I tried it at one point, and that is very good. Great way to use up extra bread that, didn't get eaten fast enough. Kate is asking about people outside the US, and sadly, no, I can't offer the giveaways to people outside the US, both for shipping costs as well as there's like tax implications with international giveaways. And I wish I could, but I just can't. So I apologize. I hope everyone understands. Oh, Cheryl says her middle name is Renee too. It makes a great middle name. We hear a lot of people with the middle name Renee. Yes. And I did pick the more American spelling with the AE instead of the EE, but we meet lots of people with both spellings. Alan is asking, are you working on any more bread recipes? Are you?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I'm just teasing. I am not working on any new ones. What I am working on right now is creating recipes with the egg white bread mix that I made. So I wanted to get like a base mix that I could mix up ahead of time, and then a whole bunch of recipes that I can use the mix with. And so I still have a list of ones that I'd like to do, like pizza crust, and I'd like to try to do some kind of a sweet cinnamon bread or something like that. Yeah, just different stuff like that I am hoping to do. It's just kind of like when I have time and when I have an empty kitchen, I will knock those out, hopefully. But I felt like with the bread, I experimented for a long time, and I, used all different ingredients, and I feel like I've gotten a pretty good, base bread. I don't feel like it's lacking a whole lot. So I'm not super motivated to like buy a whole bunch of different ingredients to keep trying. I'm like, I think it's good for what it is, and that's it. Let's see.
All those people are watching?
Yeah, we've got 104 people watching right now.
What?
Yeah, crazy, huh? Okay. Let's see. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm getting any questions.
Looks like on the video, it looks like you're looking that way.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That way.
It's mirrored. I know.
That way.
Yes, you need the deluxe creamy. I mean, you need it. It's a legitimate need.
What is that?
The creamy deluxe. That's the ice cream maker that we have.
Oh.
Yeah. She just ordered one. It's pretty exciting. Ooh, Andy says, I wonder if the prime protein could be made into truffles. I bet it could. So, okay. I'm trying to do a video about this. But first of all, I got keto bricks. Besides tasting them at KetoCon, I had never had them before. I never, purchased them. I finally purchased some and I've been enjoying them. They're good and so convenient, to have like a meal, rounded out meal food that you can just, it's super easy, that's ready to go.
Just a food brick.
Exactly, a food brick. I mean, doesn't that sound appetizing? A food brick?
No.
So anyways, I was like I'll probably continue to order them, especially when they have new flavors, but I was like, this is really easy to like mix up yourself. Like there's not a lot of ingredients. It's pretty, simple. And so I was like brainstorming ways that I could, mix up something similar on my own. And I happen to have a bunch of cocoa butter from something else that has just been sitting in my pantry. So I'm like, because that's one of the main ingredients and that helps it not melt. And so I was experimenting with the cocoa butter and the chocolate prime protein, making something similar to a keto brick. And it was pretty good. It was actually really good. And because the keto brick is higher percentage in fat than what I would normally eat in my day, like overall. And so I was like, how much protein can I get away with adding, to this? And it wasn't exactly like a truffle. You'd have to do some other stuff to it probably to make it like soft and creamy truffle-y, but it was like a keto brick, like candy, like chocolate candy almost texture. So it was good. It was good. And I definitely will be playing around with that more.
I was thinking of a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Two questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite Christmas, what is your favorite keto chow flavor that's like Christmassy?
Oh, Christmassy keto chow flavor. Okay. I think if we're talking about Christmassy, I'd have to say does chocolate malt count as a Christmas flavor?
Yeah.
I'd say if chocolate malt counts as a Christmas flavor, I'd say that's my favorite because it is delicious. I've decided that it's in my top 3, I think. If chocolate malt didn't count as a Christmas flavor, I would say pecan sticky bun. That one's very like fall, Christmas, holiday flavor. What about you?
My favorite Christmassy flavor, I don't know. There's not a lot of Christmassy flavors.
I mean, chocolate mint could be a Christmas flavor, peppermint, gingerbread, eggnog.
I don't think I remember trying gingerbread.
Maybe not. Oh, we tried it in that video. But you may not remember. And then
I don't know.
Would butterscotch be a Christmas flavor? Butterscotch could be an anytime flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I don't know. Probably pecan sticky bun.
Yeah, pecan sticky bun is really good.
Does salted caramel count?
Oh, sure. That sounds Christmassy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not things like key lime or pina colada.
Those are like...
those are summer.
Yeah, just like wintry or fall flavors.
Yeah, yeah.
All
right, what was your other question?
What is your favorite Christmas card game or board game?
Oh, card game. Well, how many card game or board games do we have that are Christmas?
This.
Well, I know you knew that one. This one's sitting right here.
Yeah.
You just wanted to talk about it. Okay, so this is Santa Cookie Elf Candy Snowman. And it's based on a game called Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Has anyone played that game, either of these games? It's become one of our family's favorite games. Talia learned about it from some people, and it's been a favorite ever since. It's one of those where it like messes with your mind. And it's kind of like War, where you place a card down, but as you're placing it down, you have to say, like in a chant, Santa, cookie, elf, candy, snowman. So I put down a card and say Santa. She puts down a card and says cookie, and then so on and so forth. And if you lay down a card that's the same as what you say, then everyone has to try to slap it. So it's like you're going fast saying Santa, cookie, elf, candy, snowman, Santa, cookie, elf, candy, snowman. And then when someone actually says the card that they put down, you slap it and take the cards. So anyways.
Whoever slaps first, like, gets it.
Uh-huh. And you're trying to get all the cards.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're trying to get rid of your cards.
Well, then the person who slaps first shouldn't get it. The person who slaps last should get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Whatever. Anyways. If you need a fun game, try that one. It's fantastic. I'd say that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Christmas game. I can't think of any other Christmas games that we play.
Yeah.
There was the little cookie game that you played. It's like a Danish game where you make these little tiny cookies called pepper nuts.
Poison cookie.
And the game is like poison cookie.
Yeah.
And someone looks away and the other person points out one that's poison, and then the person looks back and they start eating the cookies, and then when they get to the poison one, they're like, "Oh, that's the poison one."
You say
that's
moose.
It. That's
I
it.
don't know why.
Well, it's not. Well, that means mouse, I guess, in Danish, and it's like you got the poison mouse. I don't know. I don't fully understand it. Okay. Here's a question. Have you used your Dreo very much? I purchased but haven't used it yet. Still need to set up the app. Okay, yes. I use it every single day just about, and sometimes multiple times a day. I have a video coming, hopefully day after tomorrow, if everything goes as planned. That's going to be 5 things I cook in my air fryer nearly every week. And I'm going to be using the Dreo air fryer in the video. And like, because sometimes the Dreo has like a setting special for a specific food. And so I'll give the regular air fryer instructions as well as the Dreo instructions. So that might be a great video for you to look at because I use it every day. And then the video that I have coming out tomorrow, I cooked some prime rib in it. And oh my gosh, it turned out amazing. It was perfect. It was so good and like so easy because all you have to do is you prepare it, you stick the probe in, you turn on the setting, and that's it. And then it comes out beautiful. It's so amazing. Let's see. And if anyone is wanting to get a Dreo, they are on sale right now for $100 off. You can, I think it goes through the 31st. So December 31st. So if you get Christmas money or something like that you want to spend, you can get the Dreo. I think it's $359 regular price, and $100 off makes it $259. And I saw that there's a $100 off coupon on Amazon. And then you can also get the $100 off coupon on their website. So you can go either way and get the deal. Thank you, Marie, for the super chat. Hi from Roseburg, Oregon. Someone from Oregon. I was wondering if you'll ever start a Facebook group. It would be neat to see how creative everyone gets with your recipes and what tweaks they make. That is a great question. As far as Facebook, I probably will not make a Facebook group. If I were to make a group, again, because I have had one in the past, but if I were to do it again, I'd probably go through Mighty Networks, which is what I used before. So I started a group with Lindsay, I think it was 2 or so years ago now. And I just had some mixed feelings about it because it does cost money to have, a group on something like Mighty Networks. And instead of having it all come out of my pocket, I did charge like $5 a month. And I just had mixed feelings about charging people for a group like that. And so it ended up that we merged groups with another group, but then after a while that group went away. So now there is no more group. So it's possible that that could happen at some point in the future, but I don't have any plans for it right now. It's just that there's so many things I'd like to do, but time is just the issue. And yeah, trying to prioritize the most important things, which for me, the most important thing with my channel is just to continue to make content. I feel like a lot of YouTubers and influencers will get into like groups and coaching and like e-courses and stuff like that, which is great. But then you see that they just don't put out regular content as much anymore. And it's like, if I have time for anything, I want it to be the regular content that goes out to everyone for free. And then if I have time beyond that, then maybe add in some of those other things. But right now, the way it is I have time for YouTube content and that's about it. And so I've chosen, instead of like charging viewers, like for courses or being members in groups or anything like that, instead of charging viewers directly, I've chosen to go the route of sponsored videos so that the content is free for the viewer, but I do get paid for my time by having sponsorships, which some people get upset about, but it's like I had to make the decision that made sense to me, and that's been working out really well. So
somebody said butterscotch, chocolate, and birthday cake keto show is good.
Yes, Dustin is correct. They're so good. Speaking of that, for the giveaway day after tomorrow, I have a pack of keto chows to send out: a birthday cake, which is sold out. All of these are sold out. A birthday cake, a butterscotch, a peppermint, and a chocolate malt. So if you win that giveaway, you will get to try all of those sold out flavors. Okay, we should get to the giveaway. If anyone needs to jump into the giveaway, put protein in the chat right now, because we are going to spin the wheel or whatever it is and get a random winner. So if you haven't put protein in the chat, do it now.
I will put protein into the chat.
Do you want to win the iced coffee protein?
No.
Oh.
But I'll just say protein right now.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Protein.
Let's see. Give everyone a chance. I appreciate that. Sponsorship seems like it's the best avenue for you. Yes. You create awesome content. Thank you. Yes. So thoughtful of you to keep the content available for all of us. Oh, Lindsay is here. Yay, she made it. There she is.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hello.
Been a day.
Yes. Well, you're here right before the grand reveal of the winner.
Oh, that's so exciting.
It is exciting.
Hi, Renee. How are you?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so I had to bring a sidekick on because you were not here this morning, and I was like, I can't just do another solo live stream. Like, that's ridiculous.
I know. And I was like, I tell you what, we've gotten here and we've done all of the things and more. And I was thinking like, okay, coffee chat, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, oh, wait a minute, we're going to be at the gun club. And that's not in an area where it really has good signal. And I was like, okay, maybe. Jared said, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. And we got out there and it was like, there's no chance. Like, I can barely text.
Yes.
There's not a chance.
Well, somehow we survived. I only was able to make it like 45 minutes, though. I was like, I just can't talk this much.
Dagnabbit, I couldn't keep you like derailed and just all over the map.
Yeah. Well, we get into so many different, avenues.
We really do. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's fine.
Yes. Okay. Should we pick a winner? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I have
big money.
Yeah, I have not figured out sharing my screen yet, but we are going to put protein as the keyword and make sure we spell it correctly. That would be good. And then everybody is eligible. And here we go. You ready? You're going to have to read the name, okay?
Okay.
Rosa Korea.
Yay!
ROSA. It tells us in the chat there. Rosa. Okay, so you have to email me at indigoliza@gmail.com. I'm going to put that in the chat for you. And .com. And send me your mailing address.
Wait, what's the one that's stars?
Huh? Oh, right. Oh, you lost it. You lost your superpower. Oh no, you still have it. See, when I do that, it doesn't work.
That's a new one. It used to be balloons. Yay!
Oh,
Congratulations,
yeah.
Rosa.
Nothing.
Woohoo!
I get absolutely nothing. The computer doesn't think I'm a real person.
I'm a real boy.
Okay, so Rosa wins
Does
the
it work?
Prime Protein. You can try.
Okay.
Prime Protein iced coffee from Equip. Unless you don't like coffee, let me know and I can send you the chocolate instead. Do you see what
Go,
happens?
Rosa!
Mine doesn't work. Oh, there she
goes,
is.
wow. Do you see what she
Yay.
commented?
Yeah. Woo. Awesome. And then if you just do one, bubble.
Was this the one? Or was it this? And then this? I don't know.
Are you a wizard, Lindsay?
I might be.
I think so. All right.
I saw a lot of people saying hi to me. Hi, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Okay. This time of year is so busy and
yeah,
you're here.
I am here.
You're here.
I am. And I can tell you that I did really poorly at Skeet. So
I would be terrible. I would be terrible at that. All right. I was seeing if there was any more questions. Anything else that you wanted to share, Lindsay, now that you're here?
Yeah, I do have a quick question. What was like sort of your focus for today on what you guys chatted about on just you chatting with you and our viewers?
Like this morning or just now?
This morning.
This morning, we were chatting about the busyness of the holidays.
Oh, so exactly how my life is going. Yes. Excellent.
Yes, I feel like last week I was really stressed out. Just like I felt like I had a huge to-do list and I couldn't make any progress on it.
Yeah.
The worst. And then like we got through some activities and stuff. And yesterday I was home all day and I was able to like just knock it out. And I was like, yes. So I'm feeling so much better now. Feel like
that is awesome.
Relax into, the holiday fun.
For sure.
There's that. I talked a little bit about Allulose. I've been
very fun
listening to podcasts about that. Just how incredibly beneficial it could be. Like, not just that it's replacing sugar so you can have sweet things without having sugar. It's that there actually are some really powerful metabolic benefits you can receive from consuming allulose.
Yeah.
So I've been experimenting with having about 10 grams of allulose before every meal. Dr. D'Agostino was talking about some studies that they did where a human equivalent would be like 20 to 60 grams per day or something like that had all these amazing benefits. So I'm like, I could do 10 grams with each meal. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
Playing around with it. So
very cool. I have not researched deeply into that, but I am very inspired to try to dig deeper on that now.
On the Metabolic Link podcast, their most recent one, I think, is they go through the study about allulose. And I learned a ton from that because there was one podcast from Dr. Ben Bickman that I shared. And that one I learned a ton from too. But I feel like I learned even like I added on
additional information.
Yes, it was really fascinating. So
I'm gonna have to dig into those because I love allulose. I love how it behaves. I love how it just like functions. And I love the fact that it doesn't have like the cooling effect on your tongue after the fact. And it's one of those things where it's like this feels like a fun ingredient to keep working with.
Yes. And then, it's like we have lots of fun ingredients that are just fun. But
Yeah.
then it always makes me so happy when there's something that's fun that also is
And
good.
valuable.
Kind of like when I started doing the Allulose yogurt, where I'm like, this is really good for me, but dang, it tastes delicious too. That makes me really happy. So chatted about that a
Definitely.
little bit. What else did we talk about? I think that was about it. I talked about the giveaways coming up, which
Yeah.
now
I am so like into this idea of having like this 5 days of giveaway that it's such a fun idea.
yeah. Yeah. So tomorrow morning, the giveaway is at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we will be
Okay.
giving away, oh, well, I can't do this, a whole bunch of carnivore crisps. That's
Yay! We
true.
love carnivore crisps.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of our giveaways back there. We got the element stuff that's going to be the grand finale on Christmas Eve. We got keto stuff up there and keto chow stuff, sold out keto chow stuff that you
Oh,
cannot purchase anymore.
fancy.
Yes.
Exclusive.
Yes.
I was going to say,
fancy.
we finally tried chocolate chai on
Oh,
its
yeah.
own with like all of the things. I think that might be Jared's favorite of the new Element chocolate medley. My personal is still chocolate mint followed by chocolate raspberry, but
Yeah.
chocolate chai comes up there definitely.
Yeah. How did you use it? Just in water?
As a hot chocolate.
Nice. Nice. Did you add like cream or anything?
I have been adding a tiny splash of cream to it whenever I'm using it as hot chocolate, for sure. But when I did it as, I've also done chocolate chai as just like an add-in to some oolong tea, which, that's a mild tea. There's no spice to it whatsoever. So I did it with that and it tasted delicious. No need for cream. I just like to sometimes if I feel like I'm a little low on energy, but
yeah. Awesome.
it
I'll
was
have to try that because I
fantastic.
add the element two things, but I'm like, you could just have element.
Yeah. I
With a
will
little
say,
dash of cream or whatever, and it's great. Lots of people are doing it.
oh, for sure. And I feel like having any of the chocolates in a cold beverage, it's not going to go over gangbusters in my mind. But I also recognize that I am very biased towards hot beverages as opposed to ice cold beverages. So,
Well, this morning, someone in the chat mentioned that they were drinking iced coffee. And I was like, well, it's a good thing Lindsay's not here to hear that.
it gets cold on its own if you don't drink it quick enough. So why bother buying it cold?
Well, it's kind of like if you can't beat them, join them. I'll make it extra cold.
I did have a thought today.
Okay.
As, like I was thinking like, oh, coffee chat and all the things. I was thinking about this, how we don't really have to know a ton about everything in order to do something. We just have to know a little bit more in order to encourage somebody else to come along, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking about this like in a community sense, but also in like, you don't need to be an expert to be able to not drag somebody, but in order to encourage and advance somebody else's experience and quest into health. My dad, and this is what really got me thinking about it. My dad has learned how to weld. And so he and my husband have been out in my dad's barn working on welding. And my dad is not an expert welder, but he has taken a few classes about it and has been practicing on his own. And so he's just a couple steps ahead of my husband, and who had never welded a thing in his life. And now my dad is teaching my husband, and now my husband is able to like do some functional things. And it's just like my dad didn't have to be the expert in it to be able to share that with somebody else. And when it comes to like your health and wellness, you don't have to be the expert in it to be able to share it with somebody else. You can just sort of say like, hey, I'm doing this thing and this is what I know. And if you want to tag along, you can tag along.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that is a big thing with homeschooling, where people have this block with homeschooling thinking I have to be up to a college level, teacher in order to teach my child. And it's like, no. You start at preschool, just a little bit above preschool, and then you're a little bit above kindergarten, and you learn along with it. And it's so doable. You don't have to know it all before you start. And I also think that that's the beauty of YouTube. I didn't have to become an expert anything in order to start a YouTube channel, because typically, with the way things used to be, you'd become an expert chef and then you'd get your
TV show.
your TV show or whatever, your
Right.
feature. And with the internet and with YouTube, you don't have to do that. You can just start sharing what you do know.
Right.
And I have found that just doing that spurs me on to learn more. It's like I get encouragement from viewers, and it's like I never would have gone as far, like the egg white bread. I never would have gone as far into the experimenting with that if I didn't have so many people excited about it and like giving me ideas and like just that encouragement and motivation. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, for sure. So awesome. I love it.
Very cool. Francesca homeschooled her 4 kids.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
I will say I'm pretty excited that as a homeschool teacher, we are on Christmas break.
Oh, isn't that glorious? Oh, it's so glorious.
It's like just a little breather, just a little one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, oops. The cinnamon rolls. Some people were talking about your cinnamon rolls from Keto.
They're not mine. We know they're not mine.
Well, I mean, you made an adjustment to them. You added your baking blends.
I sure did.
And you recreated it. Like sometimes that's as hard as anything.
Sure.
Like, following a complicated recipe.
Well, and I feel like whenever you see them and you see the recipe, it's overwhelming. But I kept getting this one kind of a comment where it was like, wow, you made it look so easy. And I think that one of the things we don't share on our videos whenever we're doing a more time involved or a multitask, a multi-step thing that's a little bit more complicated or a little bit more involved. There we go.
Yes.
We don't really sort of give the prep side of it. Like, I don't know about you, but whenever I have a more complicated recipe or a multi-step recipe where I'm not as familiar with it, I sit there and I reread my recipe like top to bottom at least, a handful of times so that I anticipate those next steps instead of always feeling like I'm having to scramble to read as fast as I can. And then I kind of act a little bit like a deer in headlights. You're not sure which way to go. And, oh man, I'm going to miss something. Or, oh man, that was supposed to be melted butter. I've lost it. The time is done and now it's expired and I can't do that now. Or, you know what I mean? And just taking those 10 minutes ahead of time or, the day before and just kind of rereading the recipe a few times makes a world of difference. But that's not something you film. That's not something we talk about. And it's one of those deals where I think that it comes across like, oh, we just pulled this up on the internet and just blah, blah, and it happened. But there's a backstory there that I didn't think about before turning the camera on. And I think what I might do in the future if I'm reading or reviewing recipes, because I find that to be a very fun task and, a fun adventure to go on. I might go through and explain, I'm rereading this recipe, 2 or 3 times if it's less complicated or, just trying to give that perspective because even though we are just, regular old people who just put some stuff on the YouTubes and we're not professional in the slightest, that doesn't mean it doesn't come across like it's beyond easy.
Editing is just the most glorious thing. Like, let me tell you, there have been so many times where I sit down and I edit a video and I watch it and I'm like, that looks so effortless, with the time lapse and the cutting out the things. And then, but I know what it took and how frustrated I was at different points and how many times I stopped to wash my hands and, all the things that I cut out.
Yeah.
But it does look effortless and it's not like that's the magic of television.
For sure. It just kind of made me think maybe I will sort of try to insert some of that whenever it's a multi-step process or a slightly more complex recipe that gets put together. I mean, the recipe in and of itself is simple, but the techniques are ones that you kind of have to play with and you kind of have to know what your next trajectory of tasks are going to be. So I think I'm gonna try to include some of that.
Yeah. So do you think those cinnamon rolls are going to make it into your regular rotation? Is it like
So
it just at Christmas time or something like that?
I have to be really careful with them. Really careful because I have a much more addictive personality and I'm much more of an all or nothing abstainer personality. If you are a more like if you are capable at moderating, then you probably could have them more regularly than what I will be able to.
Sure.
I already stuck half of them in the freezer and I'm going to leave them there for, a few months. And then maybe come Easter time, I'll pull them out and see how they do with reheating. Because I did them I've got a food saver, so a vacuum sealer.
Yes.
And so they are well protected, and I'm going to pull them out probably around Easter time, give them a good long time in the freezer and see how they come out, just in case like they do work out beautifully. Because if that is the case, I think I would bake them probably like once a year or once every 6 months and then freeze them in individual portions and then pull them out individually as like a special treat.
That's smart.
My husband, he's already eaten several of them. And we, I think we have currently 1 or 2 left in the fridge, maybe only 1. And all the rest are frozen because it's so easy. It is ridiculously convenient, and just sort of like the mind connection to like cinnamon roll is like, oh, that I can just have for breakfast. It's not a dessert. So trying to put it in a different category for myself and say this is about a dessert treat kind of a category. I'm trying to retrain me.
Yes, that is important. Yeah, I have gotten out, like with baked goods, keto baked goods, I've just gotten out of the habit of eating them. And so I made a bunch. Hello.
Hey, Neely, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Tell Jeff I said hello.
I will, because
All
he's
right.
not watching right now, so I'll have to tell him.
Oh, well.
Well, he's on another meeting right now.
Oh, nice. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, like I did a bunch of baking before Black Friday because I was doing a bunch of videos like for Equip for Perfect Keto and stuff. And I have a freezer full of like the pecans cake and donuts and stuff. It's like I just don't eat them, which is a good thing, but I mean now I have plenty in the freezer. So if anyone wants to come over and visit, well, we can pull them out.
Well, I'll be flying right out.
There you go. There you go. See, I knew it would get you out.
Vianne says she's not a moderator. She would have to freeze them as well. And that's the real trick of it all, is knowing your own personal, like, not faults, but your personal sort of
strengths,
like tendencies.
Yes,
tendencies might be the right word. Knowing that you have a tendency to be an indulger or a complete, addict means that you make different choices, and you can honor yourself by saying, I will put these in the freezer for a different time. And once they're out of sight, for me, they're very much so out of mind. I can put Ninja Creamies in the freezer, and I will, like, as soon as they are not in the fridge where I'm in and out all the time, I'm like, oh, I guess I have ice cream available. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want what you don't see necessarily.
Yeah, it's interesting how much just our environment affects us.
Yeah.
It's just like there are days where I'm at home and I will end up, I'm certain I end up eating more calories, just more volume of food than when I'm out running around doing other things and it's just not there in front of me, or I'm not cooking for someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, that's annoying. Because it's not like I'm trying to eat fewer calories when I'm out. I just do, but because I'm in an environment where there's so much, in front of me, it changes things. And like Autumn, I mean, a few years ago, she was talking about wanting to work in a bakery. And I was like,
you were like,
please don't. And it's not because I think necessarily that those foods are evil or poison. Like that's not my main motivation. It's just that I know from experience that just being around it
Yeah,
makes it difficult to be healthy. Like
that's right.
just, and because So, but it's so difficult. And, like with her, it's like, I don't want to discourage her.
Right.
Like if she wants to become a pastry chef, like I don't want to not be supportive. Anyways, that's a whole other thing.
Absolutely. And
Environment is a big deal.
for sure. I mean, we're here in Texas right now, and my parents, they have a completely different setup in their food supply. Their pantry looks vastly different than mine. And I also recognize, like, I didn't buy this food, so I'm not going to just go graze on it mindlessly. Like there's some level of awareness there, but then also like I wouldn't eat that stuff anyway. Like that's just not food that is just generally a part of my everyday diet. And so I wind up eating a seriously lower volume of food than I do whenever I'm at my house. And it's not that I can't eat those things. It's that I'm not drawn to them. Like, okay, for instance, we have made piles of sugar cookies, piles of all of the truffles, all of the fudge. My mom has this recipe for Carmelitas, which is just basically like a cookie bar with tons of stuff on it. We've made all of these things. I feel like we've made other stuff too. And I've been the one to kind of like, okay, these are on the list. Let's just get in the kitchen. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And I have not had a single lick, taste, bite, consumption of it, because I know if I do, that sends me on a spiral. So it's like, I've got all of this, it's like water everywhere, but not a drop to drink when you're sitting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And it's like, I'm just not eating it. My mom said to me the other day, she's like, I'm shocked that you haven't even like tried something yet. And I'm like, I told you that I would consider having one on like our big Christmas dinner time. I would consider having one, because like you have found the balance with being able to have coffee and also being able to not have coffee. I have not figured out how to do that in my life for special occasion days where you enjoy an indulgence and not just like go hog wild.
Right. And that it is a tricky thing to figure out. And I would not say that I do it perfectly either. Like it's
for sure not.
Way different than it used to be, but it's like I'm human. And this is the silly thing about it is what you're doing, being around this feast of delicious food and not eating it is so unnatural. Like, like everything in our physiology is like, if there's a delicious food available, I should eat it. And so it's like, and it's this system that we have set up with so much of this poor quality, high calorie food available all the time that we do have to go against our natural inclination of, I have one bite, my body's like, that's amazing. Now you have to eat all of it so that when the famine comes, you have enough, padding to make it through. Like, so I commend you. You are fighting a mighty battle that is difficult.
Well, and I would say that is like, if a moderator's superpower is the ability to take a taste and be satisfied, the abstainer's like superpower is the ability to say no to things that would trigger most people.
Yes.
So it's like, I may struggle if I were to act like a moderator, but whenever I just embrace the fact that I'm an abstainer, it looks like a superpower.
Yeah, it is. And it's just a different kind of difficult. Like it's not one that's easier than the other. I don't think it's just
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you look at it as superpowers, all of a sudden, like everybody's a hero.
Yeah. Well, so Renee and I have been listening to Little House on the Prairie audiobooks. And we're getting close to the end. But we just finished The Long Winter audiobook. Yeah. And that's intense. Like they're like about to starve, it's terrible. And they're, the train doesn't come and they have to eat just brown bread that they're grinding the grains for themselves, and like part of me is like, I wish I lived in a society or a time where the indulgence wasn't just the default, You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
But then at
sure.
the same time, it's like that's its own set of hard, like being on the brink of starvation all the time, terrible. Let me tell you what, that's bad news. So
Right.
it's like, which one's better, you know? And it's
Right.
like, and then, you know, it's not like they're choosing that. It's like if they had fudge and sugar cookies sitting in front of them like you did, they're not going to not eat them. Like it's not like they're, you know, the Little House on the Prairie family is has all this willpower that we don't have.
They
No,
have no access.
they're just in a different situation, you know. And so it's just challenging no matter what. I mean, and I guess if you had to pick a challenging time to live in, the one that didn't involve starvation is probably the one you should choose. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I like how Brenda just said Farmer Boy is all about the food. That book made her gain 10 pounds.
Oh,
I remember like the whole like them going into the cellar and getting the sugar and making ice cream over and over and over again
yeah.
until there was no sugar left.
Oh, that's so funny. Yes.
Classic.
Yeah. And so it's like, you know, the on the Little House on the Prairie, they did not have to worry about their weight, especially through the long winter. Like that was a stress that was taken off of their shoulders. Now we have to worry about our weight,
Survival.
and, you know, like how to moderate food and stuff. But it's just a different set of struggles. And I think we have the better end of the stick, but that doesn't make it easier.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. It's very good. Very good stuff. I like it.
Yeah. All right. We should probably hop off here. Been on here for an hour. You can get back to your festivities.
Yeah. I hear them starting to call people to the supper table. So.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Congrats to Rosa for, you know, the big win. And I'll be back tomorrow.
What was it that I did?
Child. Oh, yes.
What was it?
I don't know.
No, this.
Oh,
it was 2 thumbs up.
Was it 2 thumbs up? Or okay. It was the confetti was with the peace signs, right? Used to be balloons. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. See, I need you on whenever I do a giveaway because you'll be able to bring the
Give all that
fireworks. Yeah. All right. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern for the Carnivore Crisp giveaway. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we will see you later.
Bye, y'all.